from Stranger Nights. You've only got me tonight. Bev's busy. So I wanted to do a video to you as part of Stranger Nights Paranormal Investigations. The original reason we set up was, apart from investigating the paranormal, was also to help people, help new people, help and support and give guidance to people who are interested, novice, just wanted to try it out. So this video is part of that. It's been brought to my attention recently about some new and old long-term apps that are on the market that are supposedly there to help with paranormal investigation. All the equipment we use pretty much has had its fair share of backlash. There is an overall type of kit and a collection of kit which is accepted widely within the paranormal world of investigation, but there is always people that are going to do YouTube videos and publications about how it doesn't work, and that's fine. That's the whole point of this. We need to get the proof, we need to get fact and evidence. However, the stuff that we use at the moment is the most useful. It is the equipment that is least likely to be proven to be useless, effectively. So it's come to my attention that we have an SLS camera app on the market. I'm hoping it's free, because if you understand how an SLS works, then you understand that the app cannot work. So the structured light sensor camera, which is what SLS stands for, is basically a laser which sends out a grid of dots. I'm going to keep everything as basic as I can, because you can get quite technical with this stuff. It's a grid of dots, and then the computer system, the program, converts any changes within those dots to a stick figure. Even the SLS camera has its faults, and we know this. We have mapped empty chairs, we have mapped shapes in doorways that are solid objects, and we can see they're solid objects. So they're not foolproof, don't get me wrong. However, if you're going to choose to use an SLS app, then please be aware that there is no emitting a grid of dots from your mobile phone. Therefore, the SLS app cannot work at all, actually. So you're getting, if you do get stick figures, they are randomly generated for entertainment purposes. The other app that I've heard of is a thermo imager. Again, knowing how a thermo imager works, you have to have something that can detect temperature changes. And there is nothing in your mobile phone camera, because that's what is being used, that can detect changes in the temperature. Not possible. There are built-on things you can stick up the USB up in your charger portal that can effectively detect thermo changes, which is fine, that works. But without that element within the piece of equipment to detect changes in the temperature and be able to put that onto the map that gives you all the different colours, then they cannot possibly work. Okay, so any app without an extension for thermo imaging, it's not an app. It's not good. I do like to try different things to find their faults. So I tried it's meant to be a novelist type thing, so randomly generated words and a bank of words. Two things that I find issues with three things actually that I find an issue with. One of them is that this particular app that I purchased, thankfully only $1.49, claimed in its description that it is programmed with the words yes, no, the letters A to Z, help, and 666. So at some point with these randomly generated words, 666 is going to come up, and you'll be like, oh, the devil, or we have a demon here. And yes, it adds to the atmosphere, but when you're thinking about the people that we generally communicate with, so people from anywhere from today, potentially, not often, but okay, we'll go from the 80s, 1980s, all the way back to anywhere you like, okay? So if you think realistically, we've only had proper mobile phones since the 1990s. How can we expect somebody who's never experienced technology and would quite frankly more than likely be afraid of it, how do you expect them to delve into it, find the technology that holds the memory bank, pick out random words and pop them up on the screen? I don't even understand how that works, which makes me more to the belief that it is actually more randomly generated. Because I wouldn't know, if I died today, I wouldn't know how to go into a phone and manipulate words. The other issue I have with these Ovilus apps is the fact that you can buy add-on packs with extra words. Sounds dodgy to me. Thankfully, I was able to have my money refunded. I think that's all 3. Yes, that's all 3. Right, so avoid those if you can. EMF detectors on your phone. So EMF is electromagnetic fields. Sorry, my dogs. If you have an EMF detector, there is a piece of equipment in it that detects changes within the natural magnetic field. Okay, you can hear it. They're heavy. There's an object in it. The larger ones, the tri-field meters, there's loads. Anyway, so all of those types of meters, they have specific units built in so that they're able to detect these changes. Your mobile phone does not have that. Mobile phones do not come with electromagnetic field detectors in them. So please bear that in mind when you're using apps for EMF. Finally is the ghost radar. Show me where the ghost is. Oh, there's 3 behind you. Of course there is. Or is there? Hang on. No, definitely not. So ghost radar, just any of that type, just avoid it completely. They are built for entertainment purposes, and generally they're free now because people will not buy them. Using any of what I've said as an app, in my opinion and many others' opinion, is firstly going to decredit your investigation. Because anyone who has logic and common sense can work out that none of those pieces of equipment will work without the correct detection or the correct unit to emit the certain types of light that you need, or the type of equipment you need to detect temperature. So anyone that you're talking to with logic will turn around and say, nah, decredit. You're just discredited. It's not a good place to be when you're in investigation. The other thing to be aware of really with the apps is you're potentially harming people. Especially if you're doing private investigations. If, for example, our team came in after a team that's been in with apps, and they've come out with all this amazing activity. There's demons there. There's, all sorts of things been going off here, there and everywhere, but all on an app. And then we come in with proper equipment and get nothing because there isn't anything. You've put these people in a state of fear almost, if they're afraid of it, and it's not fair when the equipment that you've used is fake. And the same goes for anyone who's had teams in that have just used apps. Most of them have a video camera, standard, but if it's all based on apps, they don't work. So don't fear what they've told you. That's what I'm aiming at, I think. Don't fear what you've been told, as somebody who's asked for help. As a new investigator or someone looking to become one, bear in mind that what you tell somebody can affect them in many different ways, and you don't know how that's going to affect people. So the more truth and the more facts and the more evidence you can give them, the better. It's better for them, and it builds your credibility. So that's basically all I wanted to say tonight. I think it's been brewing the last couple of days, and I really wanted to get it out there because I think people deserve to have a proper investigation, and I think people deserve to know that the equipment that they're using is fake, and why, and how the equipment can't work. So please, just, I know some equipment can be very expensive, and I know that a lot of it can, you know, be questioned and what have you, but it's the best type of equipment that we have at the moment, and apps should not be included in that, I'm afraid. And so that's me. I'm not going to say any more. I'll let you make up your own minds, but if you put a bit of logic in, and you put a bit of heart into it, and you put a bit of hard work, none of this is easy. You can't just go in with a novelist and get all the answers that you need. You've got to listen for the EVPs. You've got to sit and listen to 4 hours worth of video recordings and voice recordings to pick out the EVPs that you get, if you get any at all. It's not easy. We don't do this job because it's easy. Trust me. But we love it, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So hopefully next time I do a video, I'll have Bev back with me. If anything I've said you don't agree with, or you've got evidence for in another way, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. And always open for a debate. If there's evidence that I'm not aware of that these apps work, please let me know. I'll be really interested to see them. So have a good week, everybody, and I hope you're all staying safe, and I will see you with Bev again soon. Okay then, bye.